Hey friend, Henry Flowers here with Powerful Living Outreach Ministries. Don't judge me. You hear it over and over again, especially from unbelievers and people who want to stay the way they are and don't want to change and don't want to hear from you. Well, here's a real scenario where it applies. Don't judge me. How dare you, this judge in Florida, talking about Charlie Strong, saying that she's ashamed to be an alumnus of the University of Central Florida, talking about Charlie Strong, the head coach of the University of Central Florida football team, suggesting that he doesn't have control of his players on or off the field because two of his players have been have committed crimes lately. The nerve of you. This is a classic example of somebody getting out of their lane, talking about things that they have no idea about. Shame on you, Judge. You need to stay in your lane. How dare you say these things about Charlie Strong? This man just got there in December. How in the world is he supposed to show anything about what kind of control he has over his players? How do you get to dress him down in your courtroom as if he was a part of the case? He is not even a part of the case. This young man committed a crime. He's the two of, yes, unfortunately, one of two from the University of Central Florida. But how do you get to take this as an opportunity to dress down Charlie Strong, who just got there in December? I mean, listen, folks, this is clear. The Bible tells us to be slow to speak and quick to hear. This is a judge who obviously didn't think about what she was going to say. And there's so many other ways I could take this conversation, and people wonder why. Just the oppression and the constant attack that blacks feel on a regular basis in this country. People wonder why, where we get it from, and see, this is a good example. I could go that way with this conversation, but I'm not. But what I'm going to say about this conversation is, here's an opportunity where you did not judge a righteous judgment. Mrs. Judge, what do you know about football? Your job is to keep things in the courtroom. Talk to this young man about his irresponsibility, his wanting to take away someone else's rights and harm someone else. How does Charlie Strong even come up in your mouth? Was he a part of the case? Was he at the crime scene? How do you use this as an opportunity to dress down Charlie Strong, one of the most upstanding coaches in college football? This is ridiculous. Out of all of the scandals that have happened on other campuses, this judge takes this opportunity to dress down Charlie Strong. And I say, shame on you. You ought to do what the Bible says, and like most of us believers, the Bible does not say, don't judge. It says, when you judge, judge righteously, because that same standard is going to be measured against you. When you judge, judge a righteous judgment. In my opinion, this was not a righteous judgment for this judge to come down on Charlie Strong and defame his character as not having control of his football players on or off the field. You missed this one, young lady. You missed this one. Stay in your lane. Stay off of Charlie Strong and talk to these young people about taking personal responsibility for the crimes that they have committed. And let's stop blaming the coaches all the time. Lord knows that's a whole nother conversation that I won't have right here. But I will say this. When you judge fellow believers, judge righteously. Let it be right and just according to God's law and moral rightness. Henry Flowers, Powerful Living Outreach Ministries. You better click there to subscribe. I ain't going nowhere. I'm coming back.